Hi, welcome back to Christine's Home Affairs. Today is another quick project, and I think it's a really useful project if you struggle to sleep with lights and stuff like that around you. I don't. I can sleep just about anywhere and on anything. It could be a big rock. I'd sleep easily, but some people can't. So today we're making an eye mask. It's got an encased elastic inside the fabric here. It covers Earl's eyes beautifully and he can't see any bright lights whatsoever. Very easy to make. This is actually a really good beginner's project. I'm going to show you how to draft the pattern for the eye shape, and then all you need is a strip of fabric to encase the elastic. Really, really simple. I made this in under half an hour this morning, so yeah, it's very, very easy to do. Come along and join me. Okay, this is what we're going to need today. I've got a 1-inch wide elastic. It doesn't matter if you use black, white, green or whatever. And the size of the elastic doesn't really matter either. You'd probably want it to be at least 3/4 of an inch to an inch, or 20 mil to 25 mil, just so that it sits on your head better. I've got a piece of fabric here which I'm going to use to encase the elastic. 2 pieces of fabric for the eye cover, and then I have a piece of stabilizer that I'm going to use for the padding on the inside. If you're going to make these in bulk, then grab yourself a card or paper of some sort and draft your pattern onto that, and then you can use that over and over again. I'm going to draft my pattern directly onto the stabilizer, then I can cut that to size, and my fabric can be a little bit bigger all the way around, and I can trim it back later. I'm not going to cut that out yet, but I do want to have those measurements in mind. So I'm going to fold my stabilizer in half. I've got the folded edge here. At the moment, it doesn't matter about the fusible bits or anything like that. This is just so that you can mark your pattern. So let's mark 4 inches from the fold. And from the top edge, I'm also going to mark 4 inches or 10 centimetres. That will be the size of the material I need for my eye mask. From this corner here, you've got the straight edge. You will have a straight edge. We're going to measure 1.5 inches or 4 centimetres. From that corner down, we'll do the same. And look, you can make this a little bit bigger or smaller as well. It really doesn't matter. This is just so that you can mark some curves. We'll do the same down here and the same across here. So what we need from here to here and here to here is a couple of curves. So grab anything that's got a curved edge on it, mark around there, and on that side. Over on this side, we're not going to come up as high because this will be where the nose is. So you've got the bridge of your nose here. We want to come 1 1/8 of an inch or 3 centimetres. And on this side, we'll go 4.5 centimetres or 1 3/4 of an inch. So we're not going to carry the same curve around here. What we want to do is kind of have an S curve. And I'm not very good at drawing, so I'll see how I go. So from this edge, we just want to come around to a curve down this way and then go across to a curve going the other way. Kind of like that. And then we can cut this out. So this will be the finished size of our mask. pin that together. And then we can cut this out. And you can round this off around here and then open it out. So that will be the finished size of your mask. And I've got this sitting about maybe 1/2 inch wider than the outside edge of my eyes, and that should be about right, especially once you put the elastic in on the side, and that will pull that taut. The straight edge at the top will be for closing up the top of our mask. What I can do now is take this and iron that onto one side of my fabric. So this is a lightweight fusible parlan. You can use a cotton batting. It really doesn't matter much what you use, although I probably wouldn't go too thick. I'm just going to place a piece of fabric over the top, and that will protect my iron. All right, that fabric has been stabilized. We can set this aside for the time being. We don't need to cut the fabric to the same size. We can do that later when we attach all the pieces together. Let's grab our fabric for the band at the back. All you want to do here is fold this in half with right sides together. And this piece of fabric is double the width of my elastic plus 1 inch or 2.5 centimetres. I've chosen to use extra, even though my seam allowance is only about a quarter of an inch. But I've chosen to use extra so that it makes it easier to feed the elastic through, and that when you scrunch it, it just moves more freely. So if you're using a, say, 1.5 inch elastic, then you cut that twice the width plus 1 inch. So now that that's done, I'll sew down this end and all the way along here. So I'm just using a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way down. Take the end of your fabric here and just push that in. This is the stitched end, and I'm just using some tweezers to push that in. Doesn't matter what you use, whether you use a knitting needle or a stick. Push that down. And pull it through. And then we can trim off that stitched end. And because this fabric will be gathered, there's no need to go and iron it. So I've got the seam line going down the centre. I can just finger press that. And then I'll take my elastic, and if you have a bodkin, they're really handy. Just place that onto the end of your elastic and you can feed it through. If you don't have a bodkin, then just use a pin. So I'm going to leave the seam in the centre. And when you get to this end of the elastic, open out the raw edges of your fabric and we can just clip that together. So line up that seam in the middle of your elastic, and just pop a clip in place so that it doesn't fall through to the center. And then we can keep on going to the end and feed the remainder of the elastic through until you get to the end of the fabric. And then we can clip that together. So I'm just going to leave the scrunched up bits in the center. Then we can take our mask. We're going to line up this edge with the edge of our fabric here. Place the edge of your fabric on the edge. Bring this one to the other side, and you're just going to center it evenly. And that looks about right. So you can lay this down like that, and then take the other piece of fabric and place that directly over the top. So if you are using a directional fabric, then make sure that your flowers or your print or whatever are facing the same way, and then you can place them right sides together. So you can clip all the edges together to keep everything nice and secure. All these layers together. Okay, so that's all clipped together. We can stitch it up. Well, I'll remove this clip here, and I'm going to start sewing here right on the edge of the stabilizer and stitch all the way around. Come back to this side, and I'm going to leave an opening of about 3 fingers width, and we'll backstitch at the beginning and the end. As you're going around the curve, go really slow. You'll need to bring your presser foot up a few times as you're coming around. You may also want to shorten your stitch length as well. So I'm starting on the top now, and I've decreased my stitch length to 2.8. Backstitch. And I'm just going slow around the curve, and I'm following the edge of the stabilizer. As I come to the kind of the straight edge where the band is, I'm going to triple stitch over that so that it never comes out. Tuck that band into the inside so that you don't stitch over it. I'll just push it out of the way. And as I come up to the top edge again, I'll just push that elastic down into the mask. And backstitch. And I have a small opening just here for turning through. Now I'm going to cut this out. So I'm going to trim this all the way back to the curve and along the straight. I'm using a pinking blade. You can clip into the curves if you want to with scissors, or you can use pinking shears. So my opening is along here. And now we can turn this the right way out. Bring the elastic through and the rest of it. and then smooth out the curves. You can stretch this out so that you can distribute the gathering. And fold the edges in on the straight edge. And we can take this back to the machine and top stitch. So we're going to close up the straight edge here and we'll top stitch all the way around. And then we'll be done. For top stitching, I've increased my stitch length to 3.5. Normally I'll go a little bit bigger than that, but because we're working on curves, I don't want to have too wide a stitch going around the curved edges. And I'll be closing up this opening here as well. Doesn't matter where you start, but you'll just stitch really close to the outside edge, about 1/8 of an inch or so from the edge. That's it. So, did I promise you another easy project or not? Very simple to make, an eye mask. It's perfectly reversible if you want to. It just, just turn it inside out. It really doesn't matter which way you want to wear it. And super comfortable as well. At the risk of falling asleep on you all, let me give it a try. So there you go, I see nothing. And it fits really, really comfortably around my head. So another easy project for you guys today. It's another one that's not going in the shop. I don't want to have anything like this. I really like having my bags, so I'll stick to that. This one I just made, I had actually come into my room to make something else this morning and for some reason decided on this instead. So I hope you've liked it and I shall catch you next time. Bye for now.